Hello? Thou protest by too much. Let's see. Thanks for bugs.
This Dabbleverse is not fucking friendly.
Hello?
Point DabblePoint. A Stuttering John Melendez roundtable discussion.
Lot to get to today.
Sip.
Enough nonsense.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the weekly roundtable show known as Point DabblePoint, where, we started off discussing John in all his glory, but really, there's not much glory there. And, we have some breaking John news to discuss, of course, but we're going to try and touch all the bases of the Dabbleverse today, especially Aaron Steel Toe Emholt's response to everything that went down at Hackamania. None of us have watched the clip that Stalin 19 was kind enough to put out there for everybody. So go support Stalin 19 and, do whatever you got to do to show some love. But yeah, we'll be looking at that. None of us have watched it. Anthony and I have a bet that Zen, for whatever reason, thought he was going to lean into this. I have not seen it. I still refuse to believe he's leaned into anything. So we will get to the bottom of everything. But first, let me welcome Mr. Zenhauser, Mr. Mike Morse, very TSN type Point DabblePoint. A lot of people are traveling back from Vegas, Karl in particular. So it's just us. It's just your
We're holding down the fort.
Yeah, your good old favorites are here. We're going to get into all of it. But let's start by telling everybody, the over 500 in here, to hit like, hit subscribe, hit notify. Get yourself a membership, particular tier 1, because tomorrow we will be we'll be listening to the rest of the Kate Meany tapes, season 2. We started that on Sunday, and we'll be doing Blunder tomorrow, finishing up or getting as much in as we can. It's a lot to go through. So get yourself a tier 1 membership. And if you can't swing it, people like to gift memberships around these parts. So turn on accept gifted memberships. We put a link in the description of the show. It'll take you to your YouTube settings. Turn them on, relax, enjoy the show. Thank you for everybody being here. And let's rock and roll. Let's get into this. John news right out the gate. A tweet from John. He's coming back. Well, hold on. We had the first tweet that him basically saying he's figured out someone's identity and he's coming back for one more show.
Well, you know who Superman really is.
My question is, the way it reads, is he coming back? Does he have a whole new show plan based on knowing this person's identity, or is it just coming back for one show? Meaning, did he beg his mom to let him do one more show so he could dox the potato?
Mom, can you take a couple of these pills with this milk?
I got you Benadryl shake. Here we go. I got him. New show coming soon. Wait for it.
Ma, it's going to be mush down there, but you'll get a good sleep.
So that's the first one. And then people, start speculating and, and then here we go. Don't forget, a certain ass not only came into my court hearing and yelled out disrupting stuff, which is illegal. He then accused me of having students on camera with the intention of getting me fired. He also got my police cam footage. He is no victim and will be treated as such.
I was going to grammar hammer this, but it's all wrong. There's
Yeah.
really nothing right about any of those sentences.
So again, I like that now the footage, which is public
Mhm.
for anyone to
Yeah.
get, that's illegal. Yelling in a Zoom court is illegal. And now he's denying that kids were ever on camera, which, correct me if I'm wrong, did we not listen to him explain that
Mhm.
he didn't know the kid was on camera,
Bam!
therefore admitting that there was a kid on
Yeah.
camera?
Well, he was lying there to protect the kid because he was not on camera, although I said he was.
Because that's who you really hurt in all this, the kids.
Well, you know that old saying, if I don't know, it didn't happen.
Mhm.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. And yeah, that's really the way he lives his life.
Well, how
You
could
know.
he not know, though? I mean, the kid is there next to him. I mean, does he have no self-awareness of what the camera, the perimeters of the camera?
You mean, is he that dumb?
I'm sorry, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes if you just say the question, you,
You say
you
it out
know
loud.
the answer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if this is a full-time new show dedicated, because all right, let me throw this out there. Let's say he does know his identity.
Mhm.
He's only going to do one show about it.
That's all I need to ruin his life.
14 hours long. So
I don't think there's any chance that if he even has a name and this isn't just a grift, I'll guarantee you he's got the wrong name.
Yeah, you should call it he's got the wrong name of who he thinks he's talking to, for sure. But I think if he is going to bring back a show just based on who he thinks he knows, he should call it The Real Potato Show. I think that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
okay. Yep. So I was thinking like he could do a whole promo campaign and really build this up, get one of those, just some still shots. Like, here, just put up still shots of John and I'll do the voiceover, All right, hold on. Let me get my voiceover thing. Everyone attacked him left and right. But this man is ready to attack one more time. That's right. That's right. The Duke is coming back for one more dox.
In a world where shirts don't have sleeves, there's a man.
Where sleep streams make you $14. He is. I can literally do that all day. Just do voiceover with you putting up pictures of him. Yeah, it's interesting. Hold on. No offense to your other coverage, i.e. KB, Steel Toe, and SJ, and his constant rake stepping is just pure gold. Heart, you guys. Sometimes Mike Morse. Go Bills. Yeah, nobody can top John. All these guys. I mean, Steel Toe's definitely given a run for his money. And,
yeah, he's trying his best. Yeah,
he's trying his best. He ain't going down without a fight.
it was going down. It was going down all right.
Yeah, let's get to that. Rob Johnson with a super sticker, $2.99. Thank you, Rob. Hamhead, have you all ever noticed how when Smug John thinks he has one up on someone or something, he will do the Grandpa Al Lewis? Yeah. Anyway, hi everyone. Yeah, Hamhead. OG Mumbling Nick gifting a membership.
Yeah,
Thank you,
sounds
Nick.
like he turned on me.
Hope you're well. I wish my baby. Oh, go ahead. This is for you.
I wish my baby boy would stop leaning on the walls.
You can't help it.
I like Dave Daffler writing for Mama Melendez.
Yeah.
Boys, I waited to see y'all's take, especially Don's. Yeah, Frog asked all of us, do not watch this until the show. So none of us have seen this. I don't know what he's about to say. I can't wait. I generally
don't watch Steel Toe, so this is exciting for me. This is something new that we're doing.
I'm with you. The only times I'll watch it is Joe Burrow. So Thorough Joe Burrow does this thing where he misses the goal, and I love those. And then Real Media Players, another one that'll put compilations together. Stalin will pull clips when he says something interesting. So yeah, it's a great way to, because in between all that is him thinking he's on the radio doing a show, so it's like, it's good that they trim that out. Keith, thank you very much for gifting
100%.
5 memberships. That means 5 of you right now are going to be able to join us for the rest of the tapes tomorrow. Mark is a member. He's dropping a super sticker, $10. Thank you, Mark. If Stuttering John reveals Cardiff's true identity, I will leave the Dabbleverse forever to do my one-man show. My question is, how is he going to know that he has the right guy? He can't. Like, this is a lose-lose for him.
Well, Cardiff will admit who he is as soon as John reveals his real identity, right? Maybe we should have them. Maybe we should have like an official. If Cardiff should have a declaration, like if John is right.
If I'm Cardiff, first of all, I'm an asshole. Second of all, I would, as soon as he gets it wrong, admit to it 100%. That's what you admit to.
Right.
It's like unmasking like a luchador,
Yeah.
Get him on one knee and you gotta.
The potato leaves his filter in the middle of the ring and walks out. The truth, Cardiff is really a boiled potato. Wow. Emergency show. Major Tom gifting a membership to all of you. Thank you. Isn't doxing against terms of service and illegal? Yeah, I mean, he's been doing it since he came back. Bring on throat yogurt, boy. Throat yogurt. Yeah, we'll get to him. Karl's AIDS is acting up.
Maybe.
Yeah, he told me he was traveling, but I'm with you on that, Wes.
He's traveling to the other world very slowly.
It's my hip pot. No, sis. Cardiff.
Hypothesis.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. That Cardiff Electric is none other than Clay Dabbler.
I see that'd be a great turn where it was actually Clay Dabbler. He's doxing.
That would be awesome.
I'd actually give him some respect for that.
Right. Are you saying John is a fat, drunk liar? Shocking. When you read the comment, you realize how silly you sound that you said that. You are correct. Club 102, Resita's hottest gay bar. No women allowed. Thank you. Appreciate you. Good to see you. Bet you can't just dox one. He's going to dox someone that's not involved and then act like no big deal. Right. Or say, well, that's what I was told. Not my fault.
How was I to know that wasn't him?
Right. Not my fault that I hit go live and did a whole show dedicated to the wrong person.
Well, in his head, he's in the right. Like he's getting some vindication for this because of he's been such a victim of this guy. This guy's been tormenting him for 2 years.
Poor darling.
Yeah. So it's not a dox. This is justice.
Yeah.
This is served cold.
Yeah. Every time he doxes Cardiff, he's always very excited about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say an angel gets its wings.
That'd be a lot of fucking angels then. Yeah.
Are you going to tell the potato's name today? Maybe she was all into it,
Burn that motherfucker.
Yeah, get that fucker, John.
She's like, I just want you to do one thing, John. Win.
Ma, we did it. The girdle makes his roid bleed way too much. Oof. There's an emergency show. Gift and one FM nobody.
Thank you.
Solid. Thank you. Lyndon, any updates on Hitman Dan? TSN rocks. Thanks, guys. Yeah, we're not really in communicado with Hitman Dan. But I know John isn't either. Yeah. John isn't, and they went to elementary school together.
They haven't seen each other since Stiff Minister.
Right. Yeah. Guy had to make footprints to get rid of John and not return any of his calls. It's Limp Spinster, undeclared winner at Plain Edge High School talent show. Thank you.
Oh my God. We should totally get a hold of Hitman Dan and ask him about Stiff Minister concert.
That would be good. That would be
fucking
good.
Unbelievable.
Let's see what his rate is. Tickle me Tookie. At this point, why does Stuttering John even care about the potato's identity? It's a great question, and I think I have the answer, and maybe you guys, throw in your 2 cents, but I think it has to do with one very simple thing. John cannot let go and move on.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, he's still litigating things that happened during the Stern days.
Yeah, and before.
Yeah. So of
Yeah.
course. And a narcissist of his caliber, anybody he thinks is besting him, he won't stop.
No.
Plus, if he thinks he has an absolute win on his hands, he's going to go for it.
Right.
For sure. He's coming back with a whole new series based on maybe he has this guy's identity.
Yeah, it's like a mini series, like what you see on Bravo or PBS.
I was watching Roots the other night, and I got inspired.
It's like a period piece, but it's a hemorrhoid piece.
I'm gonna do it like Memento. We're gonna start at the end and go back.
I live above a Chuck E. Cheese.
All right, that I would watch that movie.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
My baby boy knows Guggen personally. Guggen.
Stuttering John knows Cardiff's kids' names, French fry and scallop. Can we leave the kids out of this Dabbleverse, please?
Out of my motherfucking mouth.
Steel Toe looks like the kind of guy who would taste another man's schmegma. Can we get a Mr. T fuck you Mike Morse? I'm almost positive we had one. I gotta find it though. Offhand,
I pity the fool who don't think Mike Morse is some untalented piece of shit.
Fuck you, Mike Morse.
Yeah, I have a Clay Dabbler one, so that'll help.
Fuck you, Mike Morse. Fuck off, you useless, untalented piece of shit.
Oh, I agree with you, mate.
There you go.
I just realized what's so funny about the Steel Toe picture there is he has his glasses on.
Wait, put it on it? Wow, that is weird.
That's like, in old Woody Allen movies, he's like
Yeah.
fucking some woman and those big thick glasses are still on while he's banging her.
Now he's gonna be like, Mike paid me a great compliment yesterday. Said I was like Woody Allen. Thank you, Mike. All right. I guess, is there any other news you have on John before we
There
move on?
actually was. Yeah, there's a little more breaking news thanks to Chad Zumach,
TMZ Zumach.
none other. Brian from what's that club in Tampa? Side Splitters.
Yeah, sure. I know Brian.
So apparently John reached out to Brian to book a gig. And when Brian didn't get back to him fast enough with dates, he emailed him and was like, what the fuck? So now Brian is out of the Stuttering John business.
Perfect.
But here's why the story makes sense. And we can't say who, but we do know a club owner that reached out to us and said that John had reached out to him trying to book a gig. So it makes sense that he'd be reaching out to Side Splitters as well.
Well, okay. Then I'm gonna reach out to Brian. I'll book a gig. You can come to my gig.
Yeah, that's a tough one for John to fuck up because at least that's near him. I mean, he doesn't have to fly to fucking Milwaukee to do a show.
That's what I'm saying. Chad, you want on the bill? Let's go. Let's do it. Who else wants in? Come on. Let's do everyone perform their butt, John. Let's do it.
All the Florida comics. That'd be
Anyway,
great.
Ricky Melton, you're in. Let's go.
If you have a prop or a ventriloquist act, get the Side Splitters immediately. If you wear a Hawaiian shirt on stage, go for it. I'm talking about you, Mike.
What? I'm ready.
Think how pissed he'd be if me and Chad book a show at Side Splitters. He'd be so mad.
You should definitely do it.
Oh, that's
Do it.
great.
Yeah.
Aku.
Yeah, that's a twofer. It'll piss Kevin off as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. All right. Maybe we'll look into that. But first, cum slurping. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get to these and we'll play this clip here. Drinks left-handed. Cheers, Shuli. FSJ. Cardiff is an ICE agent. Wow. Ooh, makes a lot of sense. Coming this summer, the baloney bag. Hey, Kevin A. gifting a membership. Thank you, Kev.
Thank you.
Thank you to the 1,000 in here right now. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit notify, turn on accept gifted memberships. As you see Kevin there gifting out a membership. If you get one, it'll be for tier 1. And you can join us tomorrow as we continue the tapes season 2. We got a lot more stuff to get to, and we'll be doing those for Blunder behind the wall. So member up or turn on accept gifts and memberships. What are you chuckling about?
I'm just chuckling how this is what we do.
I
You
know.
I know you got to explain. You explain to your significant other that you're talking about a guy drinking cum.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to that part of the story yet.
Here's the worst part. It's not the first time we've done that.
No.
Cum drinking is not new in the Dabbleverse.
It's becoming more consistent, I think,
Yeah.
in the Dabbleverse. It's an epidemic at this point.
Yeah, when your 15-year-old's like, so what's John up to lately? You're like, no, don't ever ask me that again.
So your kids call you shitweigher when you walk into the living room? Here comes the shitweigher.
All right, let's go.
Had another all that for a drop of blood moment in Las Vegas this weekend where Nick sat next to his cuck fridge and regaled people with his one-sided stories of his cuck adventures of the last year and a half. Now,
Yep, sounds like he's leaning into it. All right.
Well, give him a chance,
all right.
He's
all
just
right.
warming up. So he admitted there was a cuck fridge. That's number
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Two, he's wearing his cuck shirt today, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Very alpha look today for Aaron.
Yeah. Oof. What's going on with that? Does that thing have sparkles on it?
I know there was the first trans cheerleader in the NFL. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the nickname for the school, the Gophers. It's like, all right.
How hard was it for Johnny Crutches to come in on this one today? He was
Why is Johnny there? Like, poor Johnny. He's got to sit there and go through this whole timeline with him.
And then it's always hard for him to go in, you know.
I know,
Yeah.
I know that, but
Yeah, but he needs somebody to affirm all of his thoughts on this.
It's true. I agree with Mike. Johnny's been there since the Friday show. He hasn't.
Yeah.
they were excited on Friday, but then by yesterday, they're all getting mad at me again.
His hands are wild, Mike. His hands move like Alyssa Jordana poses with her face and moves her hair.
With that shirt and doing that, you just put that clip out.
Tell me again how Nick's a cuck? Go ahead.
it's like watching what's his name, Bob Fosse.
Right.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Grapevine.
And they had the cuck fridge over there.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. The real question is, does Johnny buy this BS? Right. I would love to get a one-on-one with Johnny.
Yeah, if this was ever a time to slide out of your chair, it's now.
Yeah. Turn your camera off.
They're like, how's he going to spin it? How's he going to... And they're like, Matt, I'm like, guys, this is supposed to be the time when you're happy. I didn't know that they were all going to look at a bunch of pictures of my body.
Ta-da.
Spirit fingers. Let's go.
That was a little like super. Yeah, already.
Johnny's in tremendous pain. And this guy's doing jazz hands over here, denying eating cum. It's like, oh my God.
He's in his own circle of hell, like the show.
We need SEAL Team 6 to just pluck his ass out of this show for good. He's too nice of a guy to be dealing with this shit.
For this. So we're definitely going to put together a steel toe calendar, Johnny. Look
at Johnny's face. He's thrilled about it.
Wow.
Oh, we are? Great. Another thing I won't make money on? Thanks, Aaron.
Johnny's wearing a shirt that says drink, where you can't see underneath the word cum is underneath.
Oh.
I'm gonna make you look at it. Nick had a bunch of pictures, like one in front of the mirror of me with my shirt off in the run up to one of my fights that ended up getting canceled. I was like, God, I'm still like 10 pounds away or 5 pounds away from fighting weight. So there you go, guys. That never changed. And so I sent a picture to the group chat because we were all living as a family.
Oh boy. What a family. Yeah, the Munsters would be like, that family's fucking weird. Steer clear of them.
I think the Mansons had a better family life than this guy.
Yeah, I know it's disgusting. It's gross. I get every time I say that, people cringe. I do too, believe me. But he sent that picture, and I was like, ooh, I still got some work to do. And then there was like one that somebody, I don't know who, somebody took a picture of me like in bed.
Well, is he okay? So is he saying somebody because he can't mention the person's name, Frog?
Oh, that's a good guess. Yeah.
That's what I would think, right?
Yeah. So that must have been Kayla that took this picture.
Shut up! God,
Ruin everything.
I mean, yeah, he's looking right at the camera. He should know who's taking this picture.
with the glasses on.
Yeah, with his glasses on. In fact, she was probably taking the picture, and he was like, "Hold on."
With my shirt off. And then this group of
so hold on. Here's my question. So he's saying he's going to take these pictures and make a steel toe calendar out of it?
Boom!
I guess.
Yeah. First of all, I don't think he's going to do that. Second, why would you use those pictures? Just take pictures for a calendar yourself. He's going to pluck them out of this group chat and what? What is he talking about?
Yeah, why make a calendar?
Because I guess this is his version of leaning into it. Like he's gonna be, hey, we're gonna make a calendar out of these pictures,
right? And then nobody buys them,
right? Well, don't worry, nobody's gonna buy something because he's not gonna make it, so you don't have to worry about it.
Guys, and if you saw these people who were in Vegas this weekend, I mean, some of the most hopeless, dead end, 470-pound.
Well, how is he what is that hand position? Have you ever cradled your fist? This guy is he an alien?
Spoiler alert, I'm throwing a knuckleball.
Nick is so gay for me. It's crazy.
Creepy motherfuckers you've ever seen. They all looked at pictures of me without a shirt on and went, dude, we're winning. How's Aaron going to respond to this like this? Aaron's probably going to make a calendar is what's going to happen. We're going to get the steel toe calendar, and we're going to get all those shirtless pics. So whatever shirtless pics you saw, if you can avoid going blind by looking at them, send them to me. I'd like to make a calendar.
Oh, so he's not even going to do any of the work. He wants you to find pictures, which tells me he's got to be overweight at this point if he's not going to take new pictures.
Right? Why not, man? Yeah, post something a little less.
Yeah. Well, calendars are a big seller. Still, they stand the test of time. Who has a calendar? Everybody on their phone.
So Nick sat next to his cuck fridge and told cuck tales. Woo.
Yeah.
Wait, where's your drop, Eric?
That's fucking disgusting, dude.
Oh boy.
And he basically used himself to be a court jester. And people were like, how's Aaron going to spin out of this? Aaron's not going to spin out of this at all. None of that stuff was new information.
None of that stuff was new information.
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, I would argue that. I think a lot of it was new information, or at least confirmation of stuff that people weren't sure.
Was that stuff you think that was in court at the time? Probably not. And if it wasn't in court, then it was then he means he knew about it. That's all that means.
Okay.
Because it's not new to him, so he wasn't shocked, or he's not going to be embarrassed about this because he already knew that was out there.
Somebody who had here it is. Ty's hands are his comforting tools. He is on. Okay.
It's coping.
Wow, I will never stop watching and noticing that now.
Yeah.
You guys handed me a win. I don't know.
I mean, I came clean. I left the whole situation. I renounced.
A lot of people came clean. I was clean when I was done with it.
I like that. He's like, they handed you a win. He's like, you're right, Johnny. And then Johnny shuts it down again.
If you can see my legs, they're in a pretzel knot right now.
Looks like a train ran over me.
All of it. I denounced it. I said it was wrong.
I renounced Satan.
If anything, I look at those texts. I'm happy those came out. I really.
Oh no!
You owe me $10.
I
You
know.
owe me $10.
Listen, anything he said before that is bullshit. Yeah, that came out. Wow, I'm happy those came out.
That's the best.
Oh,
right,
you
stay
know
up.
what? I was just about to release them myself. They actually beat me to it.
I was having a really crummy day until I heard those pictures came out, and I was like, zippity doo dah.
Leading into
God
it.
damn you!
Oh man. We're just getting started. Again, shout out to Stalin19 for clipping this and putting it out there for everybody to enjoy. Go support Stalin and all the other clippers and dippers and strippers. Let's go.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm happy they came out, and I'll tell you why. Sometimes when you've grown past something, sometimes when you've improved and you've gotten better, you don't want to totally say it to yourself because it sounds like you're bragging, or it sounds like
This guy's great.
Wow.
it kind of goes against the whole personal growth thing. Like in a weird way, the personal growth is kind of ruined when you point out how much.
his bucks.
Johnny's like, I haven't heard this line of bullshit yet. This is new.
Personal growth there is in a strange way. But I read those texts, and there was one about my kids that I saw that I was like, wow, you were in a fucked up, wrong-headed, shitty place, dude.
Wait a minute. But I thought you were glad those texts came out.
But
Now
he
he
is
cheated.
confirming that those texts are legitimate. So this is the problem with he's going to try and say the cum eating thing isn't true. So he's confirming that the pictures and the other texts that were released were true, but not that one. Just that one wasn't.
It's convenient.
Yeah.
Convenient.
That was shitty.
May
Like,
I ask what the one about your kid was?
it was.
There you go, Johnny. Don't you let him off that fucking hook. Remember when he made you stand up for super chats? Fuck him. Fuck him, Johnny. You're driving this motherfucker now. Let's go. People have some thoughts. Watching a cum pig try to explain to a captive cripple how he cleaned up as a win is crazy. A calendar? Somehow Stuttering John has more dignity. Not really. Put a poll up. I'm curious. What's more embarrassing? Season 2 of the tapes or this thing? Dave Dabbler, this is going well. Yes. So he's happy that the text where he prefers to lose his kids than lose April came out. That's what he's telling us. Steel Toe is so in love with Nick.
Yeah.
Looks that way.
Still is, man.
All this is confirmation of stuff which Toad denied previously. Cock grooming his own wife to sleep with respectful lover. Yeah, Nick was releasing more texts on his Twitter. Nick Ricada. People were sending me shit. Walt wasn't frozen gifting one. Let's go.
No, Louise. Does Susanna have big areolas?
Letitia live tonight, 8 p.m. Love you, Zenny. That is
What?
Saul T.
Cancel his channel.
No, it's on the Salty Rectum channel. Go subscribe.
Oh.
No, we are. Suddenly, John doesn't seem like such a loser.
Well,
I mean, wait till the John calendar comes out. Then come talk to me about it.
We already have the pictures for that, but I feel like that this is way worse. This has got to be worse. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're talking about, well, they both talk shit about their kids.
Yeah.
And John's pretending he's still involved in their lives while Aaron's trying to fucking sell them.
But even John talking about his kids, it still wasn't as bad as what he supposedly texted. The fact that he said that his kids are in the way, that they're hindering him from being happy with April. Like, at least John just says that these kids have mental problems. We all know those kids have mental problems.
Let's take, hypothetically, let's take the cum eating portion of this out.
Oh,
I know it'll come back.
okay.
You have everything without that on Aaron's side, and you have season 2 of the tapes. Does the cum eating thing push Aaron over the top, or is Aaron already ahead with even without that? As far
I think cum eating is a royal flush.
yeah,
Yeah.
Cum eating is like turning your hat around and then just fucking bringing that fucking hand over.
Mike, you're saying it's 5 aces?
Yeah,
in poker.
it's
Got
really
it.
hard to
The
beat
poll's
that.
at 72%.
Yeah.
So
Okay, all right. I think it's an
Yeah.
interesting question to throw out. That's all.
And I don't think it's just because it's fresh in our minds from Hackamania, but I feel like this is definitely more embarrassing for sure. At least John, we know John. We've always kind of known John. This is way different.
But listen, we said all of this, and then we played the tapes again Sunday night, and everyone in the chat and us were like, "This is really fucking like I forgot how bad this was."
But also how it imploded for Aaron too, with her leaving and just the other accusations and how nasty and messy it is. I think it's more embarrassing. John is just an idiot. We knew he's an idiot. We knew he's gullible.
But let me tell you what thing these two guys share, which is kind of fuel for everybody fucking with them, is the victory laps they take publicly.
Right.
That kind of fuels people to sit there and wait for that crash. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I ate cum, but you guys looked at pathetic cuck pics of me. Another win for the show. He's amazing. He's amazing. Here you go.
Personal growth. I wish I had a personal growth on my brain right now. I'll be honest with you.
I'm a personal grower, not a personal shower, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
There you go, Zenny.
My baby boy is upstairs washing his band-aids. Is this paid for?
Hold on. I gotta...
Yeah, do your thing. Mike, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, you
You
know,
look good, man. You look good. You've been working up?
I've been working through a lot of things.
Working in?
Yeah, frog. And, frog.
Stuttering John needs money trying to get that money for YouTube. His mom is probably going away or having a procedure or something. Okay. I find it very unnerving how much Zen knows about British subculture. Cease and desist. I think that's everyone. Oh, FAB. I got you. Thank you, Too Short. Not to drag family into this, but has anyone addressed releasing footage of KB's daughter, which he wasn't intent to use his sock camera? Yeah, I think the thing with family involved in all this shit is gross, and I won't be diving into any of that. I don't care how much of a piece of shit that guy is. You know, family is separate from this shit. How else is he supposed to see his wiener without glasses? Great point. I didn't even think of that. You can't just say ignore the cum eating. I mean, you can, but
you can't.
All you're doing is putting a bigger spotlight on the cum eating by saying that. Stuttering John is worse because it's it's closer to a crime. Stuttering John?
Well, no, she's of age.
Yeah, but he is asking her to take an Uber somewhere where she'll be stuck.
Oh, he almost kind of, it was almost sounding like he was soliciting something from her in that one. But he caught himself and he said, "Not for sex."
Yeah, it's like a kidnapper asking you to take the bus to his place. You know, it's weird. We already knew John was a scumbag and he looks the part. We didn't know white bread Aaron was this freaky. That's a good point too. All right, let's get back into this. 1100 in here. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit notify, turn on accept gifted memberships, or get yourself a membership. Tier 1, Tier 2. You get access to the Discord archives. And if you're a member, you get to watch or you get to listen to the rest of the tapes with us tomorrow on Blunder. Let's go.
The context is because here's the trick Nick pulled. He never posted what he wrote before, and he never posted his reply. It was always one text. Some of them had the time and date cut off of them.
What a bitch
I know.
move.
I thought it was a bitch move too, but I read them and there was one
bitch move.
Right. That's why we got to make a calendar, Johnny, so they can't take the date out.
Wasn't a macho move like lapping cum off of somebody's chest like a dirty Rottweiler.
Well, forget that. How about two-hand shoving your wife into another guy's dick and going, and then coming off like, can you believe what these guys did? Pretty wild, man. Again, he's amazing.
I think that one was from December of 2023. So he's going back to 2023.
Oh, Aaron, welcome to the Dabbleverse, dude. There is no time limit on shit here. Okay? I had John accusing me of being a draft dodger for not joining the Israeli military at 4 years old.
What's the statute of limitations on a fishing ticket?
Apparently, 25 years is not it.
And it said something like, I think I could stand if I lost my kids. Because this was about, I think this was around the time Ashley was going for that HRO because she knew April. She suspected April was on something.
Do you have that text, Frog? Because I think
do.
Ricada tweeted it out. Because I love that he's like sugarcoating this stuff. Like it was fucked up, but it's really not that big of a deal. But I remember in that text, he's like, click on it. If those kids had to go and I still had April, I could make it. If April was gone and the kids were here, I don't know, man. I know angels don't fall to earth. I know what I have.
Oh,
But there was another one where he doesn't mention his ex-wife and he's like he's basically saying like fuck her or something like that. It's again, he's talking about the kid. If you find it. There was so much. I was like, just keep getting sent it. And I'm like, I'm so behind on all this.
you know how new love is. It kind of makes you a little goofy, right?
Yeah.
It makes you abandon your children. You know how that they call that the honeymoon phase.
Yeah. You don't have a winning argument here, Shuli. Listen, I'm not trying to win it. I'm just posing a question. Just throwing it out there. Stuttering John's stages of grief. Number 1, that's not me. BS. Number 2, that's AI. Number 3, even if I said it, it was a joke. Number 4, yeah, I said it. Who cares? No big deal. Exactly.
That's great.
Exactly. Eating jizz is disgusting, but not illegal. Those tapes were bad, and Stuttering John turned on her where I don't think she'd be safe if she took him up on the $100 offer. Interesting point.
Yeah.
Interesting
I mean, we
point.
don't know that, we don't know.
We don't know, but we also know one thing. Here's a guy who's not, well, I shouldn't say that. I was going to say he's not good at reading signals, but she was giving off signals that she dug him, so it's not necessarily his fault.
Right. Yeah.
But it's a staircase. You know what I mean? Like you don't.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This is from Aaron. The threat is she doesn't want to put up with this anymore, and I'm terrified of that. I'm only fighting so her and I can be free. Without her, I wouldn't care if I burned the whole thing down just to spite that awful bitch. So that's the ex he's talking about.
Yeah.
April gives me something better to fight for.
Wow.
And then Nick's like,
Hold on to that. This is the big time. She's worth fighting for.
she's
It's ironic.
pushing-
It's
Yeah,
ironic. He talks about his fighting, and he couldn't even wait for the ring.
She's pushing it away, Nick. I feel it. When she talks to me, there's venom, anger. And she talks to you guys, she's vulnerable and loving. I need that. That fuels my will to fight. If those kids had to go, and I still had April, and the kids were here, I don't know, man. I know angels don't fall from earth. I know what I have.
Look at what Nick writes here. She needs you. She just doesn't know how to need you. Ugh.
What does that mean? You are being strong for her?
It's like a Facebook meme.
That's because women are fucking stupid.
Hey.
All right.
I'm going to be the bigger man here. Go ahead and fuck Nick. There you go. Johnny Crutches sounds someone's lesbian, like someone's lesbian aunt. Thank you.
I'm going to be the bigger man here. Go fuck the bigger man.
Kids are a burden to Aaron. Cost him most of his goal. Daddy Aaron. Kids are a burden. Don't know much about this guy, but he's definitely gay. Sorry, Tom.
Well,
We got to meet today's goals, guys. Have child services take my kids if you want me to do another 30 minutes. Someone make a call to the state, please.
I mean, listen, maybe it's gay or maybe it's not, but I was watching a Bear Grylls video recently, and he said that you should lick cum off of your wife's chest if you're ever in the woods and you're cold.
Yeah, just not bear cum. It doesn't agree with people.
Yeah, if you get bit by a rattlesnake, drink cum. It'll cure you.
Rackets and Aaron should just get it over with and get married. Those two maricons are the only thing each other think about. Joe brings up a valid point.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go. This is fascinating.
And I said, something to the effect of, I could handle losing my kids if I had April with me. Like it was something like it's
Exactly.
That's
Not something like that. It was exactly that.
Yeah.
Still shitty.
To quote my friend Rod in high school, what's that pussy gold plated with diamonds around it? The fuck you talking about?
R.I.P. Rod.
Yeah, the R, the O to the D. My man.
There's no way that guy fucking made it to this point.
He died. He died 28 years old, and he's
man.
the guy. He's the guy. We were hanging out once, and he's like, "Hey, that bitch want to fuck you?" And I go, "She's disgusting." I go, "Her face." I go, "Her face is disgusting," and he goes, "You ain't fucking her face, dog." That's what he said to me.
The wise man.
Yeah.
Now, this whole, I don't know the timeline. I forget the whole, because there was a point where Aaron was treating April on air really shitty.
Right. Yeah. I remember seeing those clips. Was that during? This is where chat. You guys can help us out. I know there's a lot more, expertise on the other side of this chat, but
yeah, I remember her looking very uncomfortable, making her do things. So was that around this time? Yeah, the time of the
bikini thing.
The bikini thing. There was, and he was just like belittling her a lot.
So this is what Melton picked up on, because Melton was covering this heavy before any of this shit broke out. Melton, you got to give him credit. He was on this. So
absolutely,
he was noticing the way she was talking to him, the way she was looking at him, her dismissive behavior, all that shit. And he was like, "Oh, they're getting divorced. Like she's leaving. He's fucking leaving."
Oh, that's right. Didn't he do a divorce clock or something, or a website?
Oh,
yeah,
you sure did.
So all this, I remember the episode. I never watched NLO too much, but I remember people were like, "You got to watch this episode." It was when he found out all this stuff was coming out. When he found out that what's her name? April got arrested.
Right.
It was like the beginning of everything. It was like, oh my God.
Real quick, fat joke. Melton covers everything heavy. Thank you for turning.
Boom.
Thank you. Eric got jealous after April fucked Nick and was an asshole to her ever since. Okay. Now we're getting there. Okay.
Well, that's your fear, isn't it? I mean, if you do something like this and she ends up liking the other guy more or the other chick more, like,
what is this? Hi, I'm new here. I was on one of the channels you rated over the weekend. Simu Sup. You didn't get to explain what the raid was, and you definitely piqued my interest to see what your channel is about. Well, today it's about a family that fucked each other, and everything didn't end well. But we do a lot of different things here, and it's nice to see you. And you guys were great sports on the raid, a tier 2 show where we go and raid other YouTube shows. You guys were a lot of fun, and we'll do more. Email us, the Uncle Rico Show pod @gmail.com. We'll talk. Thank you. Bye.
That's a really shitty thing to say. That's a horrible thing to say. And that if I was still like that, then yeah, hit me in the head with a shovel, man, because that's some terrible shit. Now, luckily,
if I was still like that, we didn't even know you were like that then until the text came out. What do you mean if you were still like that? Just got to take my word on it, guys. I'm a changed man.
Yeah, since April left me, I've have an all new, renewed love for my kids. In fact,
I have not wanted to abandon my children in days.
Do I love them? Yes. 2 years ago? No.
Yeah.
No.
I renounced all that. I denounced all of it. I left. And then it clearly didn't bring Nick any peace, any of this stuff.
From one piece.
Because he was up until 3 in the morning.
Mike beat me to it.
It's a good one.
Last night on Twitter, again, screeching about me, about how I ruined his life and how I did all these things and I wrecked it and I ruined his life. It's like, bro, A, I'm still not going to. B, Johnny, let's, for posterity's sake, before he went on stream with coke on his nose, clearly inebriated, and before he got arrested, did I say any of this stuff? Like, before they got arrested and he had coke on his nose, did I say boo?
No.
Well, I mean, he did say a lot of this stuff. He just said it to the authorities and ratted on them.
Yeah, right. I mean, he could have just dipped his face into an Entenmann's coffee cake that night. You know, you don't know what could have happened. You were the guy who said it was cocaine, and you're the guy who said that they should be investigated.
Whoa, hold on. Did we cover April talking about how Nick wrecked her puss? No. No, I didn't know that. Please send that to the Uncle Rico Show pod at gmail.com.
There was a very disturbing text message in that thread where she says something about, I guess it was Ricada's birthday, and you wrecked my pussy, and Aaron was so turned on by all the blood in the bed sheets.
Wow. Boy, he literally wrecked it.
I'm a big fan of bolognese sauce.
Wow. Hey, man, if you ain't bleeding, you ain't doing it right. Coming up at top of the hour, we're going to give you traffic and weather, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chat.
If your pussy doesn't look like a discarded can of SpaghettiOs on the side of the road, I don't want to fuck it.
You know the old saying here, ass, cash, or bloody pussy. That's right. No one rides for free. Yeah.
Right, so whose cheats are worse, April's or John's?
Oh my God!
Yeah, can we get April's bloody cunt sheets for the new DabbleCon 3?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll donate a super sticker here in the next few minutes. Guys, you ever bleed in your sheets? Phone lines are open. Give us a call.
Actually,
none.
It was all hush hush until that shit happened.
And then they got arrested. And you know what I did? I went, this shit's going to come out. All three of them got arrested in the wee hours of the morning in his bedroom. I'm going to get out in front of this. I'm going to get out in front of this and claim I was different than all of them. I had nothing to do with any of this. They're all in a horrible. Yeah. Wow.
It just seems a little crazy that you had nothing to do with this concerning what they were doing with you. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems like he had a lot of motivation to call the cops.
Yeah, this is all going to come out because I've ratted them out.
I want to get in front of this, so in front that I'm going to call the cops on them. And
the cops knew once Aaron told them.
Yeah.
I'm going to lay it bare. And it turned out to be the right move because now something like this happens and I look at it and I can go, is that it?
Is that all we have?
That's all you got? That's your big. I thought of that scene from Rounders where Worm goes, what is that supposed to be, like your big finish? Like
phrasing.
That it? So
Johnny's like, I don't play cards.
Then he's like, you know how he's been screaming for months now, Aaron ate my goo. And they said, we're gonna have proof. And I'm like, this is interesting because that never happened. Let's see what proof you manufacture. And I said, I bet you he manufactures some nonsense. And guess what?
It was nonsense all day.
No, he was honest. He showed the real thing. Yeah.
No, Johnny, there were texts and everything, actually. A lot of evidence against Toe.
Johnny, I can't skate out of this one, pal. They got me.
Since when does cum always mean semen?
I could have sworn she had ranch sauce in there.
And I said, I bet you he manufactures some nonsense. And guess what?
It's what I call cum.
Nonsense all day.
He got April He even told the story. They were talking on the phone, and they were like sexting each other. And when they sexted each other, Nick needed to hear about me.
Sure.
Isn't that? But didn't Nick
Yes.
show just the opposite?
Yeah.
Yes, this is the what you say bounces off of me and sticks to you defense.
God damn, he's good. He
Like
is
cum.
good. Like cum. It bounces off me and sticks to you. Wow. Wow.
I mean, this is all from his mouth. This is all his words. He needed to hear. And by the way, this conversation took place in November, 7 months after I'd left.
Not
His hair should be in curlers at a salon going, you're not going to believe this. Listen to this.
Listen.
Not only does that conversation not need to happen, you don't need to tell people about it.
Right.
Like, you can let that one just fade into ether,
Like-
and the universal thank you.
I would have given him this pass. If you're still in the swinging life and like hearing how much of a whore she is, like turns you on, like, okay, all right, that can be part of the kink and the whatever. I tried it. I didn't like it. Blech.
Tried it for a while.
How long? Steel toe experts in the chat. How long did this family thing last? That this guy tried it and didn't like it? Because I remember Melton talking about how the only reason he didn't like it is because they didn't like him being a part of it. He was so needy, and so it was just like always something, and he kind of put himself on the outside. And he was a big bummer, and everybody's high. He's like, "Why are you all high?" And everybody's like, "All right, buzzkill."
You're trying to 69 with him, and you keep getting scratched with those fucking glasses, man. Nobody needs that.
Could you calm down? I'm trying to piss on your wife. Could you? There's a time and a place. Have some decorum, gentlemen.
Aaron, why don't you just go play video games over there? Buddy?
And that's fine. But he did it. He had April come up with this fantasy dime store romance novel story.
Yeah, wait a minute. I remember when this all came out, and he was like in love with Kayla. Was saying how they hit it off, and Nick and April hit it off.
She was his soulmate.
His soulmate.
Well, he definitely loves showing pictures of her naked.
Yeah. Wow.
And then said, hey, can you put that in a text? He was setting it up so he could send it so he could frame this big story.
Right.
Imagine what a
Johnny. He's talking.
Listen, guys, imagine this. Oh my. You're not going to believe this one.
Heavens to Betsy, Johnny.
This is Ricardo. Now you've done it.
was setting it up so he could send it so he could frame this big story.
Oh my.
Imagine what a sociopath you have to be. I mean, when people were like, Aaron, how are you going to respond to this one? I'm like, I'm going to do what the rest of the internet is doing right now. I'm going to point out that a bunch of creeps watched a cuck and look at shirtless pictures of me and talk about their cuck days, and we're all going to laugh at you.
Joe's editing was masterful on that.
Wow.
Oh, that wasn't me.
That's
$1.19.
that's
that's what I meant. Yeah. Well, either way, that video is great. So
yeah,
this is Aaron in a nutshell. Can I nutshell this for you, Shuli?
You can nutshell for us, absolutely.
Aaron he's a crazy kid who falls in love too quick. You know, he just he'll fall in love and he'll do anything for love. Gosh darn it! When you get him in a situation where everybody just wants to do drugs and fuck each other, he has to get all lovey-dovey with everybody and make it weird. So they kick him out of the group. Boom, get out of here! You're making it weird. We're just trying to have some dirty sex here, you dummy. And then he goes and tells on him. And this is where we're at.
Yeah, he caught feelings when everybody was just there to do a job.
I'm trying to destroy your wife's vagina right now. I'm wrecking it.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for April's OnlyFans. Okay, 22 months. You've been waiting a while. Hang in there.
OF is obtuse forehead.
Oh, all right. It's here. Aaron got angry when Nick because April's uterus was about to fall out. Okay, all right. He's got a valid reason. Mooby convinces his wife to swing, winds up getting cucked, and then rats everyone out. So much winning for the toe. Wow. When you put it like that, it seems pretty accurate. Whose sheets are bloodier, SJ's or April's? That's the question of the day, sadly. Aaron is weird, but people doing freaky sex stuff is fine with me. SJ being a predator is much more disturbing, but is fun laughing at Aaron. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay.
That sounds like some Uncle Paul stuff. Doesn't Hackamania's release of Aaron's private messages constitute revenge porn? Now that's revenge porn? Oh, because his tits are out?
Yeah, should at least put a little bar across.
Well, a lot of people know that revenge porn's like a misdemeanor, right? It's not a big deal. I think they're okay with getting the hit.
Well, I think Imholt was charged with a felony, though. It pled down to a misdemeanor.
Right.
Yeah, but nobody was showing nude. Nobody was showing nude pictures, though.
Right, like sexting isn't revenge porn, is it? Oh, look at this.
It might become.
See that title's a kind of a double entendre.
I love that. Every month should be Miss April.
Yeah.
It was a wild birthday for Nick last year. Hey, there's April's bloody cunt sheets. 23 months. Thank you.
It's crazy Nick's turnaround though, because Nick was the pariah for a long time.
Sure.
For the last year, and now I mean he's key. They're just hoisting him up with laurels now.
Yeah. 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 One kid tests positive for cocaine in their hair, and everybody's after you. You know what I mean? Let's hear the guy out. Is what I'm saying.
How many kids didn't have coke in their hair?
Think about that.
Okay.
Well, that's the old think of all the good things Hitler did argument. His reality is true to one person. It's sociopathic how divorced from reality he is.
And why?
Right. We still talk about Aaron, or do we go back to John? Blackadder sums up the situation. Never before have I seen such a blatant display of poofery. Changed my mind. Guzzling Nick's milk and Nick wrecking his wife while he washed is worse with the kids in the other room. Okay.
Okay.
That's a good factor. Both SJ and Steel Toe treat reality like an Etch-a-Sketch. Yes.
Yep.
That I see the similarities. Mike needs to get on this one. Cucky days. They'll pass you by.
Cucky days. With a wink of a young guy's eye. Cucky days.
That ain't bad, Stewie.
You're gonna eat that cream pie. Cookie days.
Hit like, hit subscribe. 1,200 plus in here. Get yourself a membership, or at least turn on accept gifted memberships. Link is in the description. Thank you. Let's go.
Right. Yeah, dude. Speaking of people laughing, Kino Casino put up a thing on him recently about him losing his buddy that he was like streaming with. And when I was looking over that clip, I was like, wait a minute, you do realize, buddy, like, because he's doing a court case and he keeps
the
bringing it back to
leaderboard's blank?
swinging. He's like, oh, I think this is a swinging thing.
Oh, I thought 1, 2, 3, and 4 were the donations.
No, he didn't make the money you would have thought he'd made this morning.
Wow.
That's a shame.
He misses
like,
it.
Right. I'm like, you realize for the rest of us outside looking in, that's like a giant, like, no, that's you projecting, sir.
Yeah.
You're seeing this because,
For the, I will say this, for the nobody likes onions people, like the people who live and die by me, I would enjoy it if I were them. Like, it's embarrassing text messages about me, but it's horribly embarrassing for Nick because only one of us left and renounced it. And let's stop pretending that that's not the reason why he's upset.
Wow.
That is some.
I think he owes Shuli $20.
But he's just blowing past the whole, fuck these kids. As long as I got April.
Yeah.
He's like, Nick
And
should
blowing
be.
past the cum eating.
Forget that. Forget that. As a father, to be willing for even a second.
Right. To even think that, never mind write it.
Commit it to a text thread with 3 other people. Maybe say that to a therapist if you're trying to get better.
Right.
Man. Wow. No, it's just the lighting, guys. I'm not burnt. It's just I'm still the same old pale me. It's just the light. Wait a minute, am I burnt? Hold on, let me check.
Not April must have some snap and gyro, huh?
Oh my god,
Yeah.
things like a bear trap. You ain't getting out of there.
He still would if I asked him to tomorrow. That's the big difference. So
He'd take you back.
Oh, in a fucking heartbeat.
Who are they kidding? They take each other back.
Mm-hmm.
A year from now, these two will be doing a show together, shitting on Johnny Crutches. That's my prediction. Ricada and Steel Toe reunited to shit on Johnny Crutches in April.
If I said, hey, man, bygones be bygones, let's run it back. I'm sorry. He's like, oh, I've been waiting for this day for so long.
This is the John fantasy shit.
Yeah.
Playing with action figures and acting out this whole fucking scenario.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna say, let by guys be by guys.
Yeah. He's like, sorry, I shared a picture of your wife's tits with somebody else. Like water under the bridge, man. Huh? Let's move on. This friendship, it's too important.
Yeah.
We're gonna let a couple tits ruin it.
I think Nick's gonna pass on
Yeah.
Dicks before chicks, am I right? Come on, Nick.
Unless you got some cocaine.
Yeah.
Then we'll
Who can forget this? What's the big deal about the kid's hair? I grew up in LA in the 70s. I had to blow coke off my backpack every morning before school. Listen, I'm not sitting here telling you to round up the cops and go after them.
Neil Place in chat says makes eating moldy cheese seem pretty tame.
Right. He's willing to do that for a bit.
It all to be over with because he was still crashing out yesterday at about 3 a.m.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah. I think he's on the duster. And, I knew this would happen, too. I said this about the event. I said it's not going to make Nick happy. He's going to continue to crash out. It's going to be a fleeting moment of him being like, I get to talk about Aaron again. And then as soon as the plane landed, he was off thumb thugging again.
Thumb thugging. Wow. This guy, it's like he's a youngster. He knows the lingo. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And Nick was all skibbity riz.
Hey, I'm up on the slang.
That's right. 30 at the top, playing the hits, and I eat cum, your favorite and stickiest station in town. Hit us up. Phone lines are open.
And again, I know I was supposed to come on here today, and it was supposed to be sad and whatever and blah, blah, blah.
And defeated?
It's nothing you haven't seen before.
You guys saw me without my shirt on.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not like I've ever wrestled in something that vaguely looked like a skirt.
Right.
So.
It's not like I haven't wrestled topless.
Johnny's a loyal soldier, man. Johnny's trying here.
Doing his
He's
best.
trying.
It's not like I haven't boxed topless. It's not like I haven't been topless on this show. It's not like I haven't posted topless pictures of myself on the.
Stop saying topless. You're a guy, you fucking weirdo. Topless.
Program. So we're the topless. I don't know. I'll still take my body over Patrick and Nick's any day.
Right. I was about to say, like,
I
that's
put it over Patrick's or Nick's.
for like Patrick and them. But you want to criticize that guy without his shirt on. Like, let's see a picture. Well, first of all, I'm not being serious. But, let's see you put up a picture of your shirt off.
And
How
Karl,
many cameras did you break making that happen?
and Karl Heberger, I think the biggest weight he's ever lifted is his mouse. So
Wow.
Woo!
Wow.
Shots fired.
Wow. Boy, that clubfoot motherfucker steps off that flight. He is not going to be happy. I'll tell you that.
Hackamania thing ended up being a bust. The people who are big.
It so wasn't. It so wasn't. A lot of people came. People had a great time. The people that ordered the stream were happy. This is the same shit they try to do with every person they don't like doing something.
Everybody got laid. Everybody. That never happens.
Yeah. I saw Shmuel with his hand out, just getting cash dumped in his hand. This is why you don't invite Jews. Guy asked for a refund. He's sitting there. They got to pay him on camera. It's fucking embarrassing.
Nobody likes onions people. They were like, no, I love it. And they should. I mean, their whole life is me. Their whole thing is me. I get that. That's totally fine. I don't
They
begrudge.
don't know what an L that is.
Yeah, I don't begrudge them one bit. They're Voldemort. They got to see me half naked. I'm sure that was a dream come true for them.
Can we go back to Rounders references, not Harry Potter? You're looking silly. You're looking silly now.
I'm telling you, Karl's a little Hufflepuff. You know what I mean? A little Slytherin right there.
Yeah.
I'm sure they love
Heck,
that.
I've got a couple of
And
Hogwarts on my cock now from being with Nick.
I was licking Nick's butterbeer off of April's.
Johnny, it reminded me of that scene in Reservoir Dogs where he was like, "Stop pointing that fucking gun at my dad."
got to hear Nick embarrass himself further on the things I've already come out and said and renounced. And then Nick got to show everyone his dime store romance novel that he created in his head.
So he watched every second of this whole thing.
Oh, I would too. If they were fucking talking about me, I would have bought 3 streams just in case 2 of them broke.
But he does that thing where he's like, I mean, somebody sent me a quick clip.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is. I wouldn't know where to find it.
Yeah, what's his name? Nick Ricotta. What's his name? I don't even know his name.
Oh, this guy was a lawyer. This guy was a lawyer. I did not know that.
Come out with the text that proved that Nick slept face first in my jizz for 4 or 5 months. See, I don't know. See,
so he slept. So now Aaron's saying Nick slept in a puddle of his jizz for 5 months. Cool.
that's what I didn't want to do
Guinness
today.
Book of World Records should know about that.
Really? Should get a prize for that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go back and do that stuff. I don't want to be tit for tat, and it's all gross and it's all disgusting.
I don't want to be tit for tat. This guy was the only one talking about all of this. This guy, Nick wasn't jumping on shows. April wasn't jumping on shows. Like, this guy's been talking shit since it happened. And he's like, I'm going to be the bigger man here. I'm not going to get involved in all of this. God damn it, he's good.
And it's pukey. So, congratulations to Patrick Melton. I noticed nobody showed the thing that Vito and I secretly worked on together.
What's that?
Vito and I secretly worked on a thing where I roasted Patrick and Nick to their faces at Hackamania. I made a video. Vito and I put it together. He played it. He DM'd me that night. He goes, it went over great. The pop was huge when you came up on screen. It was awesome. No video of it. I'm wondering if the minute I came up on screen, Patrick didn't pause the stream. But
yeah, because why? Because Patrick doesn't want to watch you? Like, Hackamania is happening because Patrick watches you. Fuck out of here. He pauses it.
It's okay because I have the video.
Oh,
and
play
I can
it.
release it. It's a video I made.
Oh, nice.
You know what, Johnny? I'm gonna release it with the calendar. If you order the calendar, I'll send you the clip.
Miss April.
So I can release that video. And I figured out why Nick has been so mad the last couple of days. We did get some secret intel. And we have someone who sends me stuff from the NLO Discord. His name is Danny. I think.
Well, that's the end of that bit.
I'm sorry. I have to point this out because you have to know how douchey this is. Melton's Discord is public. So he's getting secret information sent to him from a public Discord.
That's great. Guys, I don't want to blow up his spot, but I got a guy scanning Facebook Marketplace. So head on a swivel, guys.
It's Cooks or something like that. I have a couple of different people who send me stuff. So if this guy ends up getting burned and they throw him out of the community, oh, well, I can.
Hey,
Wow.
Hey, who gives a shit, right? It's not like the guy was trying to help you.
I mean, this is another testament to his caliber of what kind of person this guy is. This guy deserves everything he got.
Yeah, he looks a little mischievous to me. A little Dennis the Menace in his eyes, if you ask me. He's a harmless little scamp. That's what he is.
Call the cops on a couple of people, a couple of your family members about doing cocaine with your kids, and This is how they repay me? They go on Hackamania and talk about my cum drinking? What the fuck is this world coming?
He said enough up shit about me. It's fine. But he sends me stuff sometimes. A couple other people send me stuff. And Nick got snaked on the April thing. And he got snaked by Moody. Moody snaked Nick in their Discord and spilled all the beans and told all his secrets. So I will say this. I was of the opinion that Nick was still trying to sneak off and see April on the sly as she's living by Lake Wakanda there in Wilmer, you know?
Oh. Yeah. Can you give an address, please?
Well, no, I think he's trying to make a black joke.
Oh.
Unless there's a Lake Wakanda out there. I don't think so. I think he's trying to say that she is living in the hood.
Isn't that where Prince used to go?
Lake
Prince
Wakanda?
Used to bathe himself in the waters of Lake Wakanda.
I think that's what he's saying. Am I right, Frog? Do you know?
No, there's an actual lake called Lake Wakanda.
Get out of
near,
here.
I don't want to say the town, but I wish
But
I had
man,
known that was in there. I would have cut it out.
He's so right, and look at him doxing his ex. Like, what a fucking weirdo, dude. And it's funny, he does so much racist shit. I just assumed he was trying to make a black joke.
It turns out that Nick got cucked again.
And it missed me again. I didn't get any cuck on me, guys.
This one had nothing to do with me or anything else. April,
Johnny's thrilled.
God bless her for getting out of there. I mean, it took her too long. She was psychologically abused by Nick for a long time, as Keanu has shared those stories.
I love that his star witness is someone that's flip-flopped 18 times to whoever will send them a link. He goes, we've all heard Keanu's take on this, and you know there's no denying that, guys. She was mentally abused. From me? No. From Nick.
She was abusing nitrous and shit like that. Hope she's off of that. That would be great.
So now he cares about her.
Yeah.
Now he cares about her. She was a whore 2 minutes ago. His words.
Nick was loading her up full of nitrous. April got herself a job at a new boyfriend. And you know how April's MO is to tell the new boyfriend horrible things about the last boyfriend, whether they be true or not?
Yeah, how does that go over in this situation?
Well, clearly, Nick must have heard the story, or the new boyfriend must have been told some really evil Nick stories.
More evil than your pose with your finger on your chin like that? That looks pretty evil.
I'll tell you for $1 million. I
was going to say $120.
Because an interaction that April's new boyfriend and Nick had did not go well for Nick, and it apparently made him very sad. And he confided in Moody privately at Hackamania. And the first thing Moody does, first chance he gets, is snakes Nick on the story he told him. I mean, I've been telling Nick for a long...
How much do you guys need to have... How many times? Right in the balls before you learn these aren't your friends.
So
hell, until you meet them in person, they aren't even real people.
Just check this.
There you go, Johnny. Now we're talking.
Wow. Wise.
Can't we all just get along, everybody?
All is well. Remain calm.
More people have to suffer.
When are you people going to learn? There's no ramps in the Dabbleverse.
Don't you know nobody wins in this kind of game?
You know who gets hurt? The kids.
Read this in a second. But there we go. We have.
I don't know April, and I have never spoken. April and have never spoken with her. I assume she's living in a place she was doxxed at based on what Nick told me. He hasn't spoken to her in months. The last time he came close to that was in January, where he saw her car at a traffic light and her boyfriend flipped him off. That's his big reveal? Woo! Wow. Yeah, I may have eaten cum, but I haven't had a new man flip me off. I'll tell you that. That would be, I could return from that.
I was expecting the story to be like, hey, man, you the motherfucker that wrecked my girlfriend's pussy?
This bitch won't stop bleeding.
You know how embarrassing that is for a brother?
What you doing in Lake Wakanda? Get your ass out of here.
Shit. My girlfriend's destroyed blooded pussy. What you doing with that pussy?
We'll show you that in a second. So,
oh Lord.
So what ended up happening here is that April leaves Nick, and then April meets this new.
Is that real?
Yeah, that's real.
Wow.
Ouch.
New guy, and
that's when he was treating April well. That
Right.
photo.
You're a juggalo today. You understand me? Whoop whoop.
Now I'm going to take the chains off, but you have to be a juggalo today.
Telling
You're
him
you're drinking Fago, and I'm a Fago for Nick Ricada.
I'll be drinking.
I'm a Fago from drinking dick. Yeah, you
now I found this picture. I think now that he's single, he might be augmenting a little bit.
Oh, the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Wow. Augmenting. Maybe come just makes you more luscious.
Restorative powers.
Right.
Shiny coat. Restorative
things
powers.
about Nick. And I know that because she did it when she first started dating me. She told me horrible things that turned out not to be true about the last one. It's her way of getting the new guy to be her hero and rescue her, and he feels good and whatever. And to each their own. Everybody's got their own courting strategy. I'm not.
Hey, look, if you need to manipulate to get to find that special someone, by all means.
Criticizing.
I've seen guys landing planes with those flashlights move less than Aaron.
It's like he's doing it in the box. Like he's like,
he's voguing the whole show.
It's like watching the Swedish Chef. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
You're all over the place.
The hands.
Lies about me, too. It happens. You know, you break up, you find someone new, you bitch about your ex a little. You know, it's kind of a way that the two of you can commiserate and connect, kind of. You both have shitty exes, you know? It happens. So apparently she must have told this guy a bunch of shit about Nick, and it's made Nick remarkably sad. And this would explain a lot of the Hackamania stuff, and this would explain a lot of the stuff he was saying yesterday. So the Hackamania thing didn't make him happy. It didn't give him the dopamine rush. Like, you guys just spent a night in Las Vegas where you could do anything you want, looking at half-naked pictures of Aaron and talking about your cuckitude. Nick has this really bad habit of spilling his guts to strangers. And it's actually kind of sad. I empathize a little.
I mean, I don't... Is he doing a bit? Am I crazy?
all right, now you owe Shuli $30.
I feel like I owe Zen something. I feel like everyone should pay. This guy's on another level.
Yeah, is this again? You think he's gonna zig and then he zags on you with this shit.
Yeah, this is like watching the entire Dallas series. Yeah, it's just crazy. And you sit here and go, you know what Nick's problem is? He talks to strangers. Hey, and he's just going back to the chat, trashing somebody.
Yeah, nothing better to do but to watch my half-naked body at Hackamania. Yeah, they were getting paid. Like Melton flew him out to do the show. It was a fun time.
No, Citizen is a real person. They have a YouTube channel and everything. It's like, what are you fucking talking about? This is you. How many times are you going to yell shit out that is you and try to paint somebody else in that? It's crazy. But you got to respect it. This guy's good.
Crazy, man. Crazy. Well, he can do this all day. He can just pretend it's not bothering him. He's going to come up with these lame excuses with no evidence all day. So enjoy it. This is, he's got to do something. He's got to do something to be able to keep doing this show, because where do you go from here? Like, after a weekend like that, you have to do some sort of damage control, right?
If you were to own up to anything, I guess you would. Yeah.
Well,
that would have been the better option. That would have been more respectable.
And I think people would have felt sorry for him in a way, as opposed to this, bluster.
Well, it just, you wouldn't keep if he owned it, then they can't hurt him as much, right? Because he's putting it out there. He's letting it go.
Yeah, you 8 Mile that shit, man.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's all. Yeah, hey, come. What's it to you? You know, you just do a freestyle about
Yeah.
it. And
Have Johnny Crutches do a parody song about it. If he, I think, doesn't he do that?
grow yourself a tohawk. Oh, you want me to grow my hair?
That's all. Good.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
If I didn't have a wife that still bangs me, I would totally do it.
Yeah.
But I'm not a deal closer like this guy.
That's all right.
I can't.
Introduce her to Nick. That might change everything.
I can't. Hey, you mind T-boning my wife's snatch, Nick? You got a few minutes? Thanks.
It looks like somebody dropped a
But
pizza
also-
down there.
He has this problem where he doesn't have any friends. He has nobody to confide in. So he just confides in people. Like, I've had so many people DM me who are like, oh,
Right. And Aaron will share his entire life story with anyone who will DM him information about Nick or Patrick. He's just like John. He wants it so bad, he gets suckered into these fucking things.
I'm DMing with Nick right now. You wouldn't believe how pathetic it is. Here's what he said. Here's what happened. And it's just like, Nick, stop DMing people with like 3 followers and telling them your life story. These people, to quote Mersh, these people aren't your friends. John and Jane Doe with $5 says April may have orally agreed to a reading, but did she agree to a digital copy and publication of a letter Nick or Melton were not privy to? No, she probably didn't, but I will say this, and I gained a lot of respect for April after this Moody message.
Oh my God, this guy's unfucking believable. Now he respects her?
Yeah, now.
This is fucking nuts.
He is crazy.
I'm like an inconsistent Christ. I forgive and then I condemn and then I forgive again.
And literally forget.
Yeah.
I want to apologize to April today. I thought she was made of a lot weaker stuff. She renounced it and moved on. Good for her, dude. So let's go to this Moody thing. I feel like people are edging and they want to see it.
You know what? She's got a new man to wreck that pussy, and I respect her for it. Good for her.
Her morality is stronger than her vagina, obviously.
I wish
Hey.
Nick Ricada would do more edging. Probably be easier to clean it up.
Hey, you dirty one bed sheet, you move on to the next. You don't get attached.
Why don't you sleep in a puddle of my cum for 5 months? Such a weird thing to say.
Bloody sheets are like buses, guys. You miss one, there's another one coming right behind you.
I guess Nick didn't mention he slept in a puddle of my cum for 5 months.
Nick hadn't been back home in Minnesota for a day, and Moody's already spilling state secrets. Let's take a look. This is from the NL.
States compared to what we learned about Aaron. Now read this fucking thing. It's nothing.
Hello Discord says, I don't know April and have never spoken with her. I assume she's living in the place she was doxxed at. Based on what Nick told me, he hasn't spoken to her in months. The last time he came close to that was in January, where he saw her at a traffic light and her boyfriend flipped him off.
Whoa.
Can I say this? Another win for the boyfriend. Nice work, buddy. Seems like the boyfriend is protective and isn't cool with them interacting. He got her hooked on.
Wow. What a square that boyfriend is. He doesn't want her keeping in touch with the guy who got her on coke and fucked her, and her other guy who got her on coke and
They're arrested. Yeah.
shared her and fucked her and then ratted her out. Wow.
It's my job to get her on coke now.
Yeah. I did all the hard work. This guy's just reaping the benefits of it.
How do you think I got her? Cocaine.
Cocaine and got her arrested. Yeah, he's probably not okay with them interacting. And if you're any kind of man,
That's the sign of the closest thing to a decent person we've had in this whole scenario.
he's the best of all of us.
Including Aaron.
Yeah. Why is he talking like he should be wearing a top hat, a monocle?
Oh, it seems like there's a good person in our midst.
Finally, someone of high moral caliber.
Somebody, a man of good birth.
I'm a glass half full of cum, guys. You know, it's just the way I live my life.
All right. I do have to leave, though, guys.
Yeah.
See you guys later. Thank you very much, Letitia, tonight, 8 o'clock for
Yes.
the public.
Woo.
Check it out. I love you guys, and keep on coking on.
Yeah, man. Zenny, support him tonight by tuning in. We're premiering Letitia on TSN for all to see and share. So if you can, that would be great. 8:00 tonight. And then we'll be back tomorrow with Blunder and then a little something in the evening. So, yeah.
Enjoy. White power.
God, that's our secret code word. That we
Not
say.
anymore.
I know. I didn't think he would do it on there, but
He
Which
so he
one of you
flips
has
Nick-
like a construction crew in the background?
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear that?
No. Maybe it's you?
yeah.
No, you're kidding me. You don't hear that.
Dude,
No.
there's nothing. Is
Yes.
anybody in chat hearing this? I don't hear a thing.
I don't hear anything.
Do you have a window open? Maybe something's playing?
Does the house next to you start up its engine?
The house next to you just got sold? Oh, never mind. I can't.
Nick off and isn't cool with them interacting. And also, Nick said that he saw April at a traffic light recently. Didn't give out the part of the story.
Oh, damn
that
it.
makes
It
him
is
look
on
like
my
a-
end.
Oh, shocking. Shocking. What was it?
Never mind what it was. And the rage often boils over.
Yeah.
Cock.
Right. Didn't give out the part where he got flipped the bird.
This is a theme, and if you guys want to know why I'm laughing and having a good time with the Hackamania stuff today, it's this.
'Cause I'm in
I know Nick,
denial.
and if it makes him look like dog shit, he ain't putting it out there. He's
again, this guy's barely addressed anything, and he's like, Nick's afraid of the truth.
leaving it out. He ain't putting in the full context. This is just a typical Nick coping mechanism. So the boyfriend flips him off. And let me tell you, as someone who knows April better than anyone in this entire story,
As someone who gets flipped off daily when I leave the house, let me tell you, not a great feeling.
the reason the boyfriend flipped him off is not because he isn't cool with them interacting. It's because April told this new boyfriend that she needs to be protected from Nick, that he's crazy, that he's on drugs, that Nick, anything you've done drug-wise, she's told this guy. Anything
Well, and Aaron's told the cops too.
Right.
Let's not forget that part.
that you've done that's negative to her, she's told this guy, and she's probably made up a few extra things. She did it to me.
Again, he was just praising her.
Yeah.
First, he called her a whore. Then he praised her, said how wonderful she, and he's great. He's so thankful that she got on with her life and moved on. And now she's a lying sack of shit again that made up shit about him and everybody else.
Listen, I blame
She
the
did
kids
it-
for not leaving Aaron alone. Giving those two crazy couple
Yeah,
a chance.
kids couldn't read the room, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
To you about me.
To the guy before both.
She
of you.
did it to the guy before. I mean, Nick, this is what she does. And again, not blaming her. A lot of people do that. A lot of people make themselves damsels in distress so they can be rescued. That's okay. No,
Any day, Superman.
she made fun of you for not being able to get it up. There's these pills that Nick had to order, Johnny. They were called Rougiette Health, or Rugiet, or Rougiette Men. You know,
What is that? Can I get mine with cheese?
Yeah.
Blue Chew, you and I have talked about how if you take
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so
you and I have talked about how if you take a Blue Chew recreationally, you're like rock hard for 2 days and it's really obnoxious. Sometimes.
Really? You two have talked about that?
Well, he had to explain why he wasn't going down.
Yeah, right. Sorry, I poked you, Johnny. Let me give you a little backstory on this. Well, look, when you're doing, grams and grams of coke, you might need a little help down there.
Mhm.
Sometimes.
yeah.
Those are 6 milligrams. These things that Nick takes because his system has been destroyed by drugs.
What if this is stuff Aaron takes and is trying to paint Nick in this, or
Yeah,
gave
he
it
knows
to
a
Nick
lot
once
about
to
it.
try, right?
Yeah.
You never know with this guy. Blue Chew for fun. Yeah, you ever just take a Blue Chew and go skateboarding in the park? It's fucking fun, dude.
Beautiful day out. I think I'll take a Blue Chew.
Are 25 milligrams. And sometimes they don't work. So this guy,
It sounds like somebody was disappointed after Nick popped the pill and there wasn't action.
will pump 25 like 4 or 5 worth of Blue Chew into his system and nothing will happen.
Ugh.
I mean, but that is something she would tell me to make you look shitty. And I'm sure she's said a bunch of, well, we saw the text. She said a bunch of horrible shit about me too. True or untrue, Nick, she gave this guy a bunch of stuff.
So now he's saying that maybe that was untrue, what she said about Nick, because he said what she said about him was untrue.
Right. Well, he's also saying this is her system. This is her thing that she does, is make up stuff about the last person she was with. So if that's her system, why doesn't it count for Nick?
Right.
It just counts for Aaron.
Right.
That's why he flipped you off at the light, is because you are Satan.
Yeah, this is weird. Steel Toad knows everything about Nick's cot. That is weird. I don't even know if Mike has one.
I'm not even sure.
She snaked you, buddy, because she doesn't love you. She doesn't care about you, and she's moved on. And it's time for you to maybe move on, too. Good. Here's what I say, Johnny. Good for our former co-host.
Yeah, anytime you get away from somebody that put you into a lifestyle like that, it's a win.
Our former co-host, your ex-wife.
Wow.
Give her this. She's got a lot more strength than I gave her credit for, and I'm glad to be proven wrong. Seems like the boyfriend is protective and isn't cool with them interacting. She's got a job and is supporting herself. So now she's not beholden to a...
What a fucking asshole.
Yeah. Aaron should think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just just mocking her by clapping. It's like, fuck off.
Small-time Spicer junkie. She's got a job and is supporting herself. Nick is genuinely cut up that they don't talk, but is respecting her wishes. So,
right.
Yeah. Okay. But he doesn't talk to her either.
Right. Like, remember, her wish was to fuck Nick more than to fuck you, and you respected that.
Right.
You served her up on a platter for the guy.
Yeah. That was his wife, and he doesn't talk to her.
True.
So she told Nick, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Don't talk to me. And Nick is busted up about it. So if you're one...
He's busted up worse than April's vagina after Nick got done with it.
Wondering, why is he seething at Aaron until 3 a.m? Why did he go out on Mother's Day weekend and fly out, leave his whole family behind to lean on his cuck fridge to talk
just
about
imagine
Aaron?
Leaving your family behind. Could you imagine?
Oh, my God. Right. Imagine secretly wishing they were all gone so it could just be you. And I mean, that's every Dateline where the guy kills his wife. That's he met some chick. He falls in love with her. And then next thing you know, they're in buckets. The whole family's in barrels.
Commercial break. After that, they're in buckets.
Yeah, that one dude, there's a whole video of them showing up to his house, and you've never seen a more guilty guy than this guy. Fuck, somebody in chat knows his name. It was a really major case because he was like Aaron. He didn't know what to do with his hands and with his arms. And nothing was adding up. And the cops instantly, Chris Watts, that's who it is. Okay. The cops instantly knew this guy killed his wife. And
usually, the announcer, and that's when things turn dark.
Right. He's like, yeah, I don't know. She just said she was, going out of town or something. I don't know. I wasn't even here. It was horrible.
It's because April ripped his heart in half, took a shit in it, and then told the new boyfriend a bunch of terrible shit about him.
Wow.
There was a person who was there who's kind of an NLO fan, but kind of just a content fan in general. And they DM'd me and said, dude, honestly, this could have been an email.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He goes, there are a couple of us there that were like, he could have just emailed this shit. He didn't need to be here.
So now people are like, Nick showing up is a joke. Like,
wow.
He didn't need to be. You could just send in an email on something that he has first-hand account of and could answer follow-up questions and could really help explain this whole thing. Or you could just email it.
Right.
So April doesn't want Nick talking to her. April doesn't want any contact with Nick, and this has broken Nick's heart. And I'm sure that Nick has processed this now and made this my fault.
Wait a minute. Hold on. The cuck fridge. Where'd that go? Here it is. By the way, Aaron bought the cuck fridge and put the bottle opener on upside down. That's why they brought the fridge out. That's hilarious.
And so he needs to lash out, thus the nitrous. I believe him.
Nitrous.
Oh, so yeah, I don't talk, but is respecting her wishes. I believe him. He seemed genuinely sad about it, but is doing his best to move on. Motherfucker, this is humiliating for anyone around you.
Didn't this guy tape his wedding ring to a letter begging April to come back?
I believe he did. Yeah.
But this is pathetic. Yeah, nitrous.
And he's the one that said he would sacrifice his kids just to be able to be with April.
I'd burn it all down for you.
She fell from heaven.
Right. Speaking of burning it down, we're doing a blood drive, guys, over at Stoney's. Come on down.
Yeah, bring your sheet. We'll wring it out.
Get pricked by Nick Ricada. Bleed all over the place.
I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. It's not like you guys were in love. It's not like she was your girlfriend. It's not like you guys were destined for great things. She was your coke buddy.
But he was in love with Nick's wife.
Yeah.
He was saying what a soulmate she was and what a connection they had.
She fell from heaven, too. A lot of heaven fell.
What's going on in heaven? Nobody could fucking stay up there?
You guys were high on drugs. You promised that you would leave everything behind and be with her. And the minute she sobered up, she went, oh, this is up. Never mind. I'm out of here. Found a better man. Found a better life. Nick, it's really amazing that whether it's me or whether it's April, the minute people leave your orbit, their lives get better. Nick is genuinely cut up that they don't talk, but is respecting her wishes. I believe him. He seemed genuinely sad about it, but is doing his best to move on. I hope for his and his family's sake that he succeeds.
Well, for his family's sake.
Well, that's all right. Stuff for. I mean, it is
Johnny,
amazing
all
because
this,
he
wrangling and all this anger about.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that he married her, so he took the vows, rich or poor, forever, right? And so he should have felt this what he's saying Nick is feeling. But he's making fun of Nick for feeling what he should be feeling.
Well, he felt it 100 times more. He was in love with April to the point where then he fell in love with Nick, and now he's offering up April to Nick in order to share in Nick's YouTube world and numbers and algorithm, as he likes to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And now, then he falls in love with Kayla. Like all this guy does is fall in love.
A lot of love to give.
Nobody's safe around this guy. He's a love bomb. He's carpet bombing with love, this guy.
Aaron, you know what it really is?
What's that?
Nick is sad.
Nick is sad.
Nick is he's a sad boy. Stop telling strangers your private business.
But they met in.
Wasn't he just talking about some guy who's not a fan of NLO, but a fan of content was just DMing him?
Right.
Vegas to talk about you. I mean, how much closer can you be? That's like family.
Unbelievable. And here's the worst part about it. Nothing you did this weekend.
As an angel, I can assure you, none of these people were in heaven.
Changes the fact that you got arrested for a felony amount of cocaine. You've pled guilty to a felony. None of this changes the fact that, unfortunately, you're such a piss poor, shitty parent and human being that your daughter tested positive for cocaine 10 times over the limit. And none of this uncucks you.
10 times over the limit? How is that possible that a kid is alive?
Well, also, there is no limit. Like, it's not like alcohol. They don't have a limit they test by. Like,
legally, I'm under the coke limit, so I can drive home, officer. Over 10 times the limit.
Wow. Boy, she got her homework done.
Dude, her hair has been up since that day. It is yet to go to sleep, that hair. That's crazy. Coke math. Everybody's got math in this fucking Dabbleverse. I'm sick of it.
You did all of this. You humiliated yourself. You've humiliated everyone around you. You've outed yourself to creeps, and you're still angry. It's a you issue. No. And then yesterday he's tweeting about how I should die. And then now I don't think sending topless or like publicizing topless pictures of me again without my permission is necessarily illegal. But I did send the death threats and the picture stuff to my lawyer just to be like, hey, my case isn't totally closed yet. Is there anything we can do with this?
Do we need this?
Is there anything we can do with this?
Perhaps.
Huh?
Maybe.
A little this, a little that.
Well,
I could slip into something a little more comfortable and we could talk about it.
This at all?
Because I feel like the guy who's bringing the charges against me, and make no mistake, he is, him doing the same exact thing to way more people seems like it might be valid.
It almost seems like it'd be a greater crime than what he's accused you.
Right. And so I sent the death threats and that. I sent that to Todd, and I said,
now Todd thinks you want to kill him.
Todd has filed a case against me. This is pretty weird. Apparently, I didn't put in the subject line from Nick Rekieta.
Now I have a restraining order against me.
we can do about this? He goes, well, this is interesting. We'll talk this week. And so we'll see what's up. But I think what we've discovered here is that Nick is sad.
Nick is sad.
McBuster says the Onions are so embarrassed. It was a total shit show. So I knew they were going to be upset today. I know I was supposed to come in hat in hand. But I think between the moody snaking Nick and this still not bringing Nick any peace and him still melting down with his nitrous can right next to him,
I think that's enough nonsense to mask what really went down this weekend. And people hopefully will forget the eating cup.
Oh, by the way, the nitrous he huffs, it's a green thing. It looks like an acetylene torch. And he loads these little canisters into it, these tubes. And then he cranks the nozzle, sucks on it. That's why if you watch the Kino Casino clip, you can hear him when he turns off his camera. You can hear the inhaling. He puts his mouth on a tube because he misses me. And he sucks on it to get the nitrous, and that's why his voice changes.
But it's only a small tube because he misses you.
So let me tell you something. All that detail that he just explained tells me that he did this shit with Nick. Now he's going to sit here and try and paint the picture that Nick just does this. Hey, I would never touch the stuff.
Well, listen, if they're he admitted to doing coke, right?
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, once you're,
I believe.
Yeah. Once you're doing some of that shit, a little canister doesn't seem that bad. He's not going to go, whoa, listen, I did the coke and the molly and the whatever, the booze, but listen, I'm not going to take any nitrous.
Yeah, you do a hit, you're high for 10 seconds, and you go,
wow, this feels great, man.
And that's it. What a waste.
See, Johnny gets me worse than any of them do.
I know, right?
Potentially criminal. Sean, he ate my goo, Sean. Potentially criminal with $2 says, how big and black is his nitrous straw? Oh, Nick doesn't use a straw. Nick takes it right from the tap. He turns that nozzle and he goes, and his cheeks look like a big balloon when he does it. And you look ridiculous. Then your voice goes all. It's very weird.
Yeah, exactly. He did it. He did it. He's telling you everything.
Diablo Sandwich with $2 says, for the record, you still denying the goo licking? Bro, do you know what steel toe blinders you have to have on to think that that's set up in dime store? I wouldn't be surprised if Nick wrote that text himself because April is not that well.
Wait, go ahead.
I was going to say there's a good indicator when there's a question like that. So what they do with politicians and other things. If you don't say, I do deny the goo licking right off the bat, where you go, listen, here's the thing. That was such a ridiculous.
Preposterous.
Whoa.
Are you crazy? Of course not.
Yeah.
But hold on. Let me go back a little bit here.
Set up in dime store. I wouldn't be surprised if Nick wrote that text himself because April is not that well spoken.
Not only is she a whore, but she's stupid as well. And I'm really proud of her for changing her life.
Like Nick crafted a fantasy scenario of his.
Craft.
Because again, according to April, he needed to hear about me in order to get going.
That oh boy.
Hey man, what about a lie detector test?
Yeah.
You should do, Aaron. Here's the thing. If he's lying, if he's making this up, they're making this up. Think of this. You're a radio guy. What better radio bit is there than a lie detector test? Set something up, hit the goal, use the money to pay a lie detector guy to come in, set you up, and answer the questions.
All right.
I'll do it. I'll get involved. We'll do it on your channel. Let's get to the bottom of this catastrophe, if you will.
And then again, check out Rougiette Health or Rougiette Men. Nick and his 25 milligrams he needs to counteract all the stimulants he's put in his body.
See, this little shit tells you that most of it, if not all of it, is true.
Yeah.
He's very upset.
Watch a Lifetime movie. It'll fix your sadness.
Wow.
Well.
Well, that cleared everything up. Gary, left-handed pint for Shuli. Cheers, Shuli. Fuck Mike Morse.
What?
I'm not left-handed. I can drink with a lefty. Better than anybody. You kidding me? I was looking for a fuck Mike Morse for you. Oh, here it is.
Kumara mama yako Mike Morse. Msenge mkubwa wewe ambaye huna kipaji chochote, mavi matupu.
Mubi not only showed the pics to Gino, he also admitted showing the nudes to a random couple they were sitting next to at dinner while waiting for Nick and his wife to show up. Are you kidding?
Wow.
Aaron did that to like at a hibachi thing or something? If they're a random couple, that's the only time I've seen people seated with you randomly is like one of those hibachi things.
Right.
Just got here. Would love to hear Lenny's response to Steel Toe eating cum and how close it is to Wendy's chili. I want to be friends with Mike Morse. Pat, I will add, but guys, make a note of those questions, please, for Lenny. You got it, Pat. Thank you.
We're pals.
Yes. If there's a lesson to be learned here, don't kick a socially awkward geek out of your Coke-fueled polycule to have him make SpaghettiOs for your kids. You know what? Never mind. Hey, words to live by, Aqua. Locks and Docks gifted
By
a
the
membership.
stench of me.
Thank you. Doug is gifted a membership. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Guy cornered the market on wet wipes, and he ain't eating a lot of barbecue. You know what I'm saying? His entire show sounds like when a clearly gay preacher is going on about how evil homosexuality is. All the while, he has 4 glory holes in his house. Yeah, there.
Yep.
I loved Mr. Show with Bob and David on HBO, and then they had a great sketch of a guy who was gay, then renounced it, then had a what do they call it? When like an alcoholic had a relapse. Right, he had a relapse and went gay again.
Oops.
And then he's straight again. And like in one instance, when he's straight, he's with a woman and he's got the gayest mustache. He's trying to look like a guy. It's so fucking funny, At one point, the host is like, "He'll be talking to us about his upcoming relapse in July." Thank you, Fuck Sauce. I'm behind, but the difference is Toes is possibly career ending, and Stuttering John has no career to end. FSJ Frog is the best. I mean, Pegleg. I don't know what kind of, I know Aaron really wants to get back on radio, but if any radio station watches the show he does, they're not. I'm not going back on radio. You know what I mean? Like, it's just how it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
She was physically abused by Aaron. That's what I remember hearing Keanu say, what a piece of shit Aaron was for doing that. But apparently now that, Keanu's on Aaron's show, that's not true. Didn't Ray Stantz used to roast marshmallows by the fire at CampbellCon? I hate these new Rick and Morty voice actors. Yeah. Mark Davis, he stole Ronnie's line. TOPLESS. I like meeting girls. I like meeting guys. Let's fuck some whores. Yeah. Thank you, Mark. Grow yourself a toehawk, Shuli. I'm on it. He has a very high testosterone count. It's significantly increased after drinking. Nick and his friends. Dude is gay. Look at the hands. Enough said. The hand motion is crazy.
Might not be gay. He's in the batter's box, though.
The Duke never backs down from a fight. Ask Ralph. Ask Cavi. Ask Sabu. Rest in peace, Sabu. He's coping like a dude that cries when he fights. Oh, that's another. If I did 6 lines over 1 hour, but 2 lines go away every 30 minutes, how many lines am I still high on? Thank you, Dr. Scotty Jones. Stop piling on. Clearly, all the texts were real except the splooge eating text. Typical Shuli. Yep. Yep. Aaron Brown gifted a membership. Thank you, AB. Hope you're well, my friend. I'm calling it now. This guy is going to be on one of those true crime stories. I don't know how or who, but TikTok splooge. Listen, Joey C was on one of those.
Yep.
Sure, it was a reenactment, had nothing to do with his life, but he played a guy getting killed by his wife.
Give it time.
It was great. Wow. That was a fun day.
We've learned a lot.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to hear him come out the gate with this and explain it or spin it and I'm not even sure what we saw. It was over 20 minutes, and I walked away just impressed with how this guy will just bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive. But it makes me miss John.
Yeah. Well, won't be for long.
Really, dues pay ya?
I don't know that it was Patrick. A lot of people have Patrick.
I doubt that it was.
Yeah, a lot of Patrick. You know.
Now, there's some people who don't tell the truth here in the Dabbleverse.
Right. They're not. Didn't you hear Johnny Crutches? They're not even real people until you meet them face to face.
Right.
All right. You guys, thank you very much. I know we don't cover Steel Toe religiously, so thank you everybody for your help on piecing all this together. It was too good not to cover, too big of a story. Congrats to Melton and everybody, Karl on Hackamania. Sound like a huge success. And I don't know if the stream's still available. I don't know if he did put out this little piggy where that's available on Patrick's channel. You could watch them live in Vegas showing all these texts and all that stuff. That's available on NLO. So, yeah, I think we're good. We got Letitia coming on tonight, premiering for you guys. Aaron snatched defeat and humiliation from the jaws of defeat and humiliation. Thank you, Dorby. Good to see you, pal. Letitia coming on tonight. Check it out. Yeah, world premiere.
Mm-hmm.
And fuck that potato. That's what I say. Yeah. And then tomorrow, Blunder Years. We're going to get to the rest of the tape, season 2. So if you didn't order the stream, you didn't watch it, Sunday night we started it. Tuesday afternoon, we finish it. Excellent. So join us behind the wall. If you didn't get a Tier 1 membership, get one before tomorrow. And we'll have a little something at night. And shout out to the boys. Excellent work today. We love y'all. Take care.